Are you ready to install this 4-hour timer with me? Let's do it. I'm going to put that cover back on like that, but before I do that, remember it was sticking to the wall? I'm just going to clean that back side off here. Sometimes you got to kind of check that because you get little bits of paint and sheetrock and caulking on there, and then your cover may not fit tight. And if the wall has been painted again, you might see a different color paint on the side. You can flake that off. Now is a good time to flake that off too. Okay. That's looking nice. I think that's going to work. So I'm going to put those screws back in. And remember, I had these little edges here. I was concerned that that wasn't going to cover, but it's covering, just barely, but it covers. Now, if that didn't cover, I could take this. I still got a 1/16 right there and right there. I could have shoved this plug over a 1/16 of an inch if I needed to. Then I'd have enough room. You know what I mean? And if anything was showing, I'd rather have the left-hand side showing than the right-hand. But I don't have that problem, so I'm just going to put that back on just the way it is. I'm just giving you some tips to help you with your project, just in case you need to move this over. And if you had to move it over any further, you could undo these 2 screws for this cut-in box, and you could grab the box and push it over just a hair that way, and then tighten those back up. You know what I mean? So there's another option for you. Locked and loaded. I've looked at my timer. It looks like the timer, we're only going to hook it up to these black wires. Okay? So, what to do with the neutral wires and the ground wires? Very simple. We're going to connect white to white up and ground to ground. That will maintain our continuity for the entire circuit, and that's what we want. Okay, so I'm just going to, again, I'm going to work on the ground wires. I want to direct those towards the back of the box. Okay, I'm not even going to worry myself with these other wires right now. Okay, that looks good, like there. I can turn that out. And because I'm not hooking this up to anything, and I've only got this, I don't need those crimpers for this, do I? No, I don't. I'm just going to cut the ends off so that they're nice and straight at this point. I'll put a wire nut on there. That's all I'm doing. Grab me a wire nut. Yellow wire nut will do. Line those up nice and straight. Twizzle this on there. Now, could I have connected those together and twisted them and stuff? You know what? Actually, let's do that. I'm gonna twist these together first in the back. This is going to be my little insurance policy. In case the wire nut ever comes off, it's always important to have all your stuff grounded. So because we've got these ground wires in here, I don't want the wire nut coming off ever. Okay, so I just got a couple little twists in there. Now, I'll go ahead and put that wire nut on in case the wire nut ever comes off, right? Now one's longer than the other because of the twist, so I'm going to cut that off again. Just cut off both of them. Line those back up. Put the wire nut back on there. Just going to take this, turn that just a little bit more. You do that too much, you could break the little cap inside. So, okay, Now I'm going to push that up in here. Now this time, because I got this much sticking out, I'm going to roll this twice. So I'm going to do it once right there. I can put my finger back in there, push it back, and roll that up. Like that. I want that all the way back. I'm trying to keep my fingers off the wall. Try to keep that pushed all the way back there. And because that's ground wires, there's no cable around it, I can take my pliers and kind of push that back in there if I need to. Like that. Okay? Let's see here. We can resituate that back behind these wires a little better. There. Okay, that's better. Okay? Now, we'll get the black wires out of the way. Situate those. Keep those out of the way for right now. And I've got to connect. Still want that loop on there. Now I've got to connect these two white wires.